All right, I think that sound means we are streaming, so we'll go ahead and get started. Anything you have for us would go to Mr. Curran. Don't forget to silence your phones, gadgets, anything else that might be prone to making noise. We always begin with the invocation and pledge. The invocation today will be done by Commissioner Harrison, the pledge by Commissioner Bell. If you wish to join in either or both, please rise.
Please join with me. We gather together here today intent on doing good work. We seek to represent fairly and well those who have given us this task. Please give us the wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times, a sense of the welfare and true needs of our people, a keen thirst for justice and righteousness, confidence in what is good and fitting, the ability to work together in harmony, even when there is honest disagreement, personal peace in our lives and joy in our tasks, and the patience to listen to others. Let us also remember those who are no longer with us, our servicemen and women, and our emergency responders. Amen.
Amen. Please join with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Bell,
Here.
Curran,
Here.
Greeley. Present. Harrison,
Here.
Kinkelman, Pitchford. Is absent. Tyler. Here. Borath.
Here.
Werfel. Here. Delpros absent. Elliot,
Here.
you have 9.
Thank you. We have at least one communication, is that right? Oh, I'm sorry, minutes. Let's do the minutes and then we'll do the communications. Mine got switched.
Motion approved.
Supported. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Those minutes are approved. Now, communications.
We have one communication. Visit Southwest Michigan, a new name and new way to ride. Email received on August 14th.
Very good, thank you. Something that brings out the best in people, the life-saving awards. Caitlin Samsel is here. Caitlin, tell us about it.
Thank you so much for allowing us to join your meeting today. So today we're going to be honoring a number of our first responders, including our 911 dispatch supervisor, Cassie Pointer. Cassie, if you wouldn't mind standing up for me briefly. Thank you. As well as Great Lakes Medical First Responder, Matthew Quinn. Thank you, Matt. And then we have medical and ambulance crew, paramedic Kaylor Johansson was not able to join us today, but we do have EMT Mindy Reeves with us. Thank you. And the reason that we are presenting life-saving awards today is because on July 10th, you can sit down if you want. On July 10th, Nate Tatro and Tyler Bayham had called 911, and we're also here to honor them today as well. Gentlemen, if you don't mind standing up briefly. So they called because their friend Lincoln was helping to set up a sailboat, and they connected with a power line and he was electrocuted and he went into cardiac arrest. And so when they called 911, he was initially ported as being breathing, but through Cassie's direct use of the emergency medical dispatch protocol, she checked his breathing a couple of times, recognized agonal breathing, and directed them to perform CPR. So through those actions, they were able to perform CPR until the medic crew got on scene and took over from there. And with that, Lincoln luckily is here with us today still. And we wish to recognize all of their actions in that day, in that emergency, to be able to make sure that Lincoln was here with us. And this is something that, especially in our profession in 911, we don't often even know the outcome of a call, much less get to hear when we do have this direct saving impact on a life. So this is a very proud moment for me. Cassie was actually one of my first trainers. So I come from good stock, and I am very, very proud and grateful for her And for our entire team, they were obviously partnered with our dispatch staff. She handled the call, and then with Medic One's dispatch as our other field responders reported to the scene and took over the CPR and life-saving efforts then and transported Lincoln to the hospital. So if you would please join me in congratulating them and recognizing them today. Thank you so much to all of you for being here. We're so glad that friends and family were able to join us as well, and coworkers. So this is really a great honor, and I really appreciate you allowing us to do this today.
Well, we appreciate you doing this and appreciate everyone concerned. Saving someone's life. I have a feeling that's going to create a lifetime bond, whether you're near or far. And Lincoln, it's nice to see you, literally. Do you have mom and dad with you? If any, you don't have to, but we'd love to hear from you if you have something you'd like to share with us. There's a microphone. When the green light is on, that means it's working. Again, it's optional. Don't feel like you're under any pressure, but you're welcome to share thoughts if you wish. Right over there.
Thank you. I appreciate this opportunity, and I am of course glad to be alive. So it's nice to be here today to be able to thank my saviors. You know, whenever I tell the story to my friends and just people who are curious, and the community, by the way, has been phenomenal, as we obviously can see. But the support with my family, with me myself, I mean, I'm just so grateful to all of you and to many more. So when I tell this story, I refer to Nate and Tyler as my angels, because they are. And I agree with you, Mr. Elliott, that yes, I definitely see a friendship between us. I'm honored to be here in every respect of the word. And I see this opportunity as a new lease on life to, yeah, be more careful in the future. But to also do something with my presence here. I'm 20. I'm going to be 21 at the end of the month, and I hopefully have some more time to give back to the community that has raised me so well. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I would also like to briefly thank Sister Lakes Fire, Michigan State Police, and the Berrien County Sheriff's Office, who also responded to the priority call and rendered assistance too.
Great.
Thank
Mr.
you so
Chairman,
much.
To the board, just so you all are aware, we have a very large turnout today. So the chair took a few minutes with the group to take photos outside of the building. So typically we would do the photos in here, but we took advantage of the time and the outdoor setting.
Right, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Anyone around the shoehorn here or horseshoe rather, have anything they'd like to say or add? Okay, well, you three young men are brothers in the best sense of the word, and the community owes you a debt of gratitude. So, Caitlin, thank you very much. And thank everyone who came in today, who took time. You're welcome to stay. We understand, however, that you may have other things to do, other places to be. So we will hit the pause button for a minute, and anyone who has someplace else to go, this would be the time.
Yes.
Should I?
I'll send it to you. Yep.
I didn't think to ask the doctor if he had anything to share.
Oh,
But,
do you want me to call him back or
is there anything?
I'll go check?
The gentleman with the tie on and short sleeves is the health department physician. I asked Brian to ask him if he had anything he wanted to share with us since he came in. I probably should have thought of that before he walked out of the room, but. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. The next step in the process of getting through this meeting is public comments about resolutions. Roughly 10 of them on there. There aren't any added ones that I'm aware of. If you have anything you want to say about those resolutions, this is the time. Hearing no comments, we'll go to approval of the consent calendar. No resolutions have been pulled. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Moved by Volrath. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Harrison. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Bell, Kern,
Yes.
Freeling, Harrison,
Yes.
Hinkleman,
Yes.
Tyler. Here, yes. Morath,
Yes.
Werfel, Elliott.
Yes. All right, very good. Backside of the page, it's committee reports, and it says we're starting today with admin.
Thank you, Mac. First in to see us this morning was Don Trails, our building and grounds superintendent, and he provided us with a updated list of projects that are completed, that are out for bid, that are in progress, and those that have been put on hold. As far as the budget goes, some have come in under budget, some have come in a little over budget. So it's close, but overall, he's only slightly over budget at this time. But everything is progressing well. He's moving right along. After Don was Judge Mabel Mayfield and Carrie Spitaga-Haney. They talked to us about job openings that they have. And, you know, last week, I think it was last week, we approved that resolution changing employment companies for them. And she said that they've already seen some positives from that, more applicants. Talked about juror pay. Apparently there was an inquiry made about how much the jurors get paid. And she said it is set by the legislature, and it is $15 for a half day, $30 for a full day. And then subsequent days are $22.50 for a half and $45 for a full. And then they follow the IRS federal mileage of 70 cents per mile in their reimbursements. They did point out that in round one of judicial resource report recommends us for one more additional judge. It's just the first round. There's a lot of hurdles you have to go through, you know, to get that approved. Plus it has to be approved by the legislature. We kind of asked, where are you gonna put them? And right now the thought is to put them in the South County building. There's space down there, there's room down there, and that would work. Then after the judge, we had Brian and the chair come in, gave us an update on the financial services director position, and gave us an update on the Schwartz drain. We approved our minutes, and that's our report.
Questions for admin? All right, finance.
Brief, we had our administrator was in today and went over two things with us. We're gonna have we approved just having a Zoom meeting with our new contact for Russell Investments, who would be Harriet Smith. And that will take place next week, correct? And so we were fine with that rather than meeting in person initially. And then Brian gave us a brief update on the search process for the financial services director, and that's going well. Some good candidates out there, as I understand it. Next, we met with Nate Balderman. He was here, of course, in our committee meeting, but came to finance as he said he would, to talk about anything further that the finance committee would have. And I think the focus there of the finance committee, if I could sum it up, was on what the action plans are to continue to provide a cleaner, smoother audit in the future. And so some of our concerns that we've had in the past, some around the drain department, the drain commission. Now we've still got some concerns around the Act 51 concerns. And so discussion took place, and actually you weren't there when that discussion took place, but it basically it'll fall back on your shoulders from finance to come back to make sure that we organize, to make sure that we've got and it's a good time to, as we get a new financial director, once again, drinking with from a fire hose, they'll step into some things that they'll have to step right up and get into, whatever needs to be taken care of with the audit. Nothing serious, just trying to make it so they go smoother in the future. We had 3 resolutions, 2 that'll be coming to you next week. You'll have on both those resolutions, they surround questions and concerns with improving housing in Berrien County. And so the 2 different resolutions, one will be for community development, the other will come from land bank, and there will be a public hearing that will be attached to those. And I understand that we'll be doing that next week. Is it next week? August 28th, I think? I think it's correct. Right, during committee of the whole. So I think, and I'm not here to set the schedule. I was told when they would take place. And so we'll be having 2 public hearings concerning those resolutions where you'll get all your questions answered. Then we had 1 resolution you already took care of today where we paid the bills. There were, we had some bids that we forwarded on to, and 2 of those bids will contain memos. They were just a memo that we would like the departments to explain back to us, because they came as the only bid that came back on the requests that were made. Like we had 1 in 9, and so that bid came back a little higher than what was budgeted, and so we've requested some memos that come back to us so that we get a clear understanding of what's actually taken place. And then we had 1 waiver for waiver to bypass the bid process. That was just a cable between the courthouse and the jail for communications. And so took care of that. That waiver was signed. And we had a brief update also from the drain commissioner. And the drain commissioner just talked about currently one of the things he does is he also reviews permits for drain for storm water. And he wants to get to the point where he includes and maybe turns that process over to the municipalities because of their engineers that they've got on staff. So unless I've missed something, Riante, Terry, that's our report. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Questions for finance? Personnel and Human Services.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also met this morning. Commissioner Pitchford was not able to attend. He's got a sick child at home now. And so it was just Commissioner Werfel and myself. We had a large number of people come in and visit with us. Annette was there to talk about the Mental Health Authority leave of absence for one of their current members. And then we also have a vacancy that we're soliciting applicants for, and that no progress on that, but we did approve the leave of absence request. We had several resolutions that we took action on, one the Commissioner per diems, as well as Also, a firearm safety grant being submitted by the health department. This is for locks and gun storage. And so we're supportive of that. We also had our corporate counsel with us and to talk about our social media policy. And so you'll be seeing that come to you, I believe at the next meeting. So I think we're pleased with where that has ended up. We had a long discussion with Maureen about the Veteran Services program. She gave us an update on some of the activity that they've taken place over the last couple of months, and then as talked a bit about the fair and how well that went. There are some dynamics at the state level regarding funding and some confusion of guidance from the state office. And so that's, but she's working her way through that. The other big news is that the vehicle, that if you remember, we're gonna not use the high headroom vans and go to a SUV for transporting people to Battle Creek down 94. The vans have not been all that good. And so they've got an SUV that's actually in Battle Creek getting plated. And so we'll be able to have that ready for the winter season. So we had a good meeting and covered a lot of topics. We also had our administrator and our board chair in, and they gave us guidance and direction, and we really do appreciate that. And that would conclude my report.
Thank you. Questions for PHS? All right, commissioner reports, and we'll go clockwise.
Last night I attended our Berrien Mental Health Authority Board. We had our sub-end report from our staff. And we also discussed as a board, we authorized our director, Rick Compton, to proceed with joining with some of the other authorities in a suit to kind of grant an injunction for stopping the rebid process that he came and discussed with us a couple of weeks ago. And so there's just a pooling of support from some of the other authorities. We're going to be contributing about 19,000 towards the legal fees for that suit. And Rick is going to update us on just the progress being made in that process. And then we also discussed one of our members, Bruce Hackworth, is requesting a leave of absence for medical reasons. And so we discussed what that looks like for us, and there should be communication coming from Donna to PHS to get approval for that leave of absence. Other than that, that's all I have to report. Yes.
That communication has been received and PHS has taken action, so that's.
Okay, okay, thank you.
No report.
I attended Berrien County Historical Association board meeting. Go to their website, you can see the events they have coming up. Got a lot of good things going on. That's my report.
Our Material Management Planning Committee, we had two presentations, one by Chris, who you may know from Orchard Hill Landfill, and another one from our friends from Eagle, Environmental Great Lakes and Energy, and they gave us a nice presentation on their feelings and how we should be doing things in the future, and they're happy with the things that the committee has done so far because it's all things that they've laid out for us to do. But we will be creating working groups now. There's going to be 5 groups, and there's going to be 3 county working groups, one each for Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren counties. Policy working group, they're going to research funding options, ordinances, and long-term policies, and strengthening recycling and organics. And then an education working group that is going to try and feed all this to the public and get them on board to buy into Eagle's plans for us. So if you're interested, I just got the information yesterday. She sent out a press release, Becca Schrag from Southwest Michigan Planning. And so we're just getting this ball rolling. It's going to be monthly or bi-monthly meetings. So we're going to have committees off of this committee. So I appreciate anybody getting involved in helping find people or getting involved yourself. It's a ball that's rolling and it's not going to stop. So
Commissioner Bollrath,
yeah.
are you at a point where you're making clear to the board that you could use some help in getting other folks engaged to support this effort?
It would help, yeah. I think the committee, we're losing some members. We're not getting the attendance from some of the members who, said they can get on board. So we've changed quite a few members in just the 8 months we've been together, and we have some that don't bother to show up and things. So getting these groups, I think, is going to be paramount to getting this committee on track.
And to the board, the last time that this was discussed at this level, one of the key points we made was this committee, the parent committee, was required to meet in person. And I believe you all were meeting in Cass County.
We're down in Cass County right now.
So as the working groups are assembled, is there any flexibility that you anticipate being offered?
Yeah, that's going to be done as each group gets formed. I think they're going to plan how often they need to meet and things like that. If it's monthly, bi-monthly, tri-monthly, whatever. Once they get those groups formed, I think they'll be more flexible in how they meet. There'll be Skype or Zoom meeting, Zoom options.
So to the board, I'm going to send this information out to all of you, but I just wanted to point out that I think in the nicest way possible, Commissioner Bollrath is saying, help. Yeah. So if anyone is interested, please let me know and I'll work with the chair on the appointment process.
And that's my report. Thank you.
Yep.
No report.
I attended the Connexus Executive Committee meeting this week. That was a Zoom call. And tonight there is a business after hours ribbon cutting down at the Elks, the St. Joe Benton Harbor Elks. So hopefully you can all join us down in Riverview Drive. No report.
How about that? As busy as you are, when you don't have a report, I'm sure that's a nice thing, especially as busy as things were during the fair week. Yeah. So, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, since Commissioner Freeling was so brief, I will remind the group that we do have a broadband meeting today at 12:30. So BCBit, we will have MEC there just talking about construction progress. But then also Chris from DCS is going to be talking with the committee about the benefit of the bargain. So some major changes that were rolled out at the federal level are now impacting us at the local level. So the BEAD program was out to bid, or I'm sorry, was in the application stage, and essentially a pause has occurred due to some things coming out of Washington, DC. So to the board, more to come on that one. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you. General public comments. Anyone who wishes to be heard, up to 2 minutes. Name and town if you wish to opine. Yes, sir.
Good morning. I'm Larry Wozniak with Lest We Forget. Today is the 66th anniversary of Hawaii becoming a state, and that flag was designed by Bob Heft, who was born in Saginaw, Michigan. So we're cool to have that. But last year, this past June, we highlighted the Sandbox Wars. And a year ago, we did D-Day on Tuscarora Beach with about 7,000 people watching that. But next year is the semi-quincentennial. The bicentennial in 1976 was almost 50 years ago. And at that time, the Berrien County Commissioners had established a committee 2 years prior planning events for that year. I'm wondering what the commission is doing this year for coming up next year. And whatever you're doing, let's forget what's to be a part of it. So that's my pitch. It's time to get something going. It's right around the corner. 2026. I'll give a card to Bob. He can worry about it.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard? Yes, sir.
Councilor Hager. No, some of you still are not talking loud enough. Like you talking to your neighbor, next time I'm gonna raise my hand, I'm gonna start yelling at you. You got those speakers down there in front of you. Some of you got them way over here and you're talking here. The reason for this thing here is get really close to it, see? That's my biggest complaint. Another one is, I think I mentioned this once before. This guy is in the fire lane. You get an inspector over here and he's gonna yell at you instead of me yelling at you. You move that table down a little bit, you got what, 6 people here and you got 5 there. You should have 6 over there and then 5 over there. Of course, you don't want anybody blocking your view, the people coming in that way. It's for your convenience. How about doing something for our convenience? There's nobody here, except at least they got somebody else in there yelling at you. Not yelling at you, but taking up to 2 minutes. So next time, be prepared. I can hear him. You're not loud enough yet either. So I think we have a right to hear what you have to say. You're spending our money. Did we give you permission to spend our money? It's almost like the guy that robbed the gas station. Next day he spends the money. He spends other people's money. That's what you guys are doing. You know better than the guy that robbed the gas station spending that money. No, you don't look at it that way. You're spending other people's money. Well, what did you ask us? No, you don't want to.
2 minutes, sir.
Hear us.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Pelzer. Anyone else wish to be heard? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am Laura Freeling, Register of Deeds, Lincoln Township. In 2003, the Register of Deeds began offering Property Alert. Property Alert, again, is an email notification service for information that's recorded in our office. Lots of times people like to track the records that come in that have to deal with your title or may cloud your title or clear your title. I have been around to different municipalities talking about it. I've gone to different senior centers to talk about it. I've had several people sign up. And I've always told the municipalities, if anyone wants to do a workshop, I'd be happy to come sit and partake. New Buffalo Township actually invited me to come down Monday, and we had a great turnout, I thought. So as you're talking to your municipalities, if anyone is interested, please have them reach out to me, because I do believe it's a tremendous value for all property owners in Berrien County. So thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Does anyone else wish to be heard? All right, we'll close general public comments, go to other business. I don't know of any. Anyone have any? Okay, announcements and reminders. The only thing I can think of is we'll be back here at 8:35 next Thursday. Have a good, safe rest of the week and on into next week, and we'll see you next Thursday. We are adjourned.